Can I tell you an embarrassing secret? See, contrary to what you might perceive, I fail all the time. It's to the point where, for over a decade, I've been obsessed with tracking my own failures and trying to figure out where I went wrong. I've been so obsessed, in fact, that every time I meet anyone who I feel is successful, I awkwardly use my latest failure as a conversation starter and ask them what they'd do differently. And for over a decade, their responses have all sat into 5 buckets. Discipline, in other words, BS advice. Hard work, in other words, BS advice. Learn more, find mentors, work smarter. In other words, BS, BS, and BS. Kind of. And I say kind of BS not because those platitudes are wrong, but because they feel obvious. And yet, if you and me genuinely feel like we're doing those 5 things already, it begs the question, what's the real advice? And it wasn't until quite recently that I finally learned that success obviously does have to do in part with those cliches. But none of those matter until we uncover and adopt a key attitude. And for the record, hearing myself say the words key attitude, very cringe, but hear me out for a minute, because I really want you to be successful. And my desire for your success is for a selfish reason. If you are more successful, you're happier, you have more money, and then when I make products to sell, you're in a good mood and have the funds to buy. So back to our problem. The problem where every podcast we listen to, YouTube video we watch, book that we read, parrot the same 5 categories of advice. What I realized is that those successful people, they shared those cliche nuggets of advice because doing those 5 things have worked out for them. But the key difference between them and us is that a key attitude that anchors all of those platitudes to their success is automatic to them. So they didn't even realize that the attitude is a prerequisite that me and you need to learn first for the other 5 to even stand a chance. Which begs the question, what the heck is that attitude? Let me ask Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery to help.
You sure you're ready for this?
Do my best.
Your best? Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and...
For the record, the secret key attitude is not being a jerk. The secret attitude is that every thought and action is results-focused by default. And for most of us, despite thinking we're being results-focused, because we say things like, I want a better job as a result, or I want to be healthier as a result, or I want to find a fantastic significant other as a result. In reality, we're not actually results-focused by default, because what we do, or rather fail to do, are evidence that we have a flawed idea of what being results-focused even means. And worst of all, we don't even know we're wrong. Let's use a real example many folks, including myself, have faced or might even currently be facing. Picture this. You're at a job that does not pay you anywhere near enough, even though you know your skills and the value you can bring demands more. You rework your resume, scour job websites, open new tab, open new tab, open new tab 100 times, and apply one by one thinking you're being results focused. And yet a week goes by and it's crickets, 0 responses, nothing. So if we're not yielding results despite working hard and being disciplined and all of that, it stands to reason that in reality, contrary to what we genuinely believe, we aren't anywhere near as results focused as we think we are. Emptying mag after mag after mag, then looking downrange to realize we were just shooting blanks. If I were looking for a new job today, I now know that instead of blindly applying to hundreds of them, I'd first narrow down to just 5, spend time to search LinkedIn to find the person who I'd be reporting to directly, then using free services like hunter.io to pull their direct work email address, and most importantly, in that short email convey how I would make their life easier and make them look good to their boss. Something like, hello Julianne, after studying the job posting, from what I can gather, the biggest problems that need to be solved are 1, analyzing all channels daily and synthesizing the data, 2, create an at-a-glance dashboard for you to see the levers that should be pulled, and 3, to have someone interpret and validate week by week so that you can run and report things up the flagpole with decisive confidence. I can have your back with all 3 of these, and although I've applied online already, I wanted to personally introduce myself to you. Regardless of whether or not you decide to hire me, I welcome the opportunity to have a quick phone call so I can share specific details on a similar set of challenges I solved in the past. Going back to Sean Connery, when he told Nick Cage,
Losers always whine about their best.
This is what he was talking about. We apply for hundreds of jobs and get 0 responses, yet genuinely think to ourselves, what the hell?
Your best.
I'm trying my best. When, based on that phantom job hunting example we just chopped up, is very obviously not in fact results focused at all, and yet we didn't even know it. This, of course, begs the question, how do we develop the real results-based attitude that can even make us realize what we thought was trying our best was in fact far from it? Let me share the 3 things that have worked for me. I don't know if it'll work for you, but I hope it'll bring a springboard to start. 1, be ruthlessly selfish. And the only real way to be ruthlessly selfish is to be completely selfless. The hell does that mean, right? Check it out. Almost every impactful result we want needs help from others for us to realize them. Better job? Need your future boss's help to hire you. Starting a business? Need customers' help to buy your product or service. Find the people who can help you get what you want. Find out what they want. Help them get what they want first, and they'll in turn move mountains to help you get what you want. Just like that job hunting example I gave earlier, everyone has challenges. Your potential future boss has challenges. So by taking that ruthless selfishness in your desired result of finding a higher paying and fulfilling job, follow that up with complete selflessness by finding and reaching out to your potential future boss and convey nothing other than how you wish to help them in their challenges. 2. Spend every morning with Tina. Even if you're married, spend every possible minute you can after waking up with her. Tina stands for there is no alternative. Once the day gets rolling, it's way too easy to put things off, but if you dedicate your waking minutes or even hour with Tina working towards your desired results, you will move the needle, even if it's literally just 1 or 2 minutes. For example, for a health result I'm after, when I wake up, my mornings with Tina means that I do dead hangs for grip strength and shoulder mobility. It's not much, literally less than 90 seconds right now because my grip strength is currently weak sauce. But the point is, the start of the day is the only easy time to address a desired result that matters to you with no distractions. 3. Track and test. This means identifying the quantitative metrics that matter, real numbers you can monitor, and revisit them weekly. And here's the critical part. If the needle didn't move in the previous week, test something new, anything new, to see what does improve those quantitative metrics. The quantitative metrics for my dead hang is the number of minutes and seconds I can hang before my grip gives out. By revisiting weekly and testing new strategies, this trains us to adopt a true focus on results by default, and we gradually get better and better at making this paradigm, this key attitude of anchoring results with every thought and action, as automatic. I'm drawn to this short interaction from The Devil Wears Prada.
I need 10 or 15 skirts from Calvin Klein.
Okay, what kind of skirts do you?
Please bore someone else with your questions.
Before I finally learned about this key attitude, watching this scene, my thought was, wow, Meryl Streep's character is a jerk. After learning about this key attitude, I still think her character is a jerk, but I understand. She just cares about results, and she's worked to the point where if she is willing to give someone else a job, she's not paying them to spend her own time answering questions. She's paying them to yield results and for them to figure things out without occupying her energy. The scariest part? None of this matters if you aren't first crystal clear on your desired results, and to gain certainty, you will definitely want to watch this video right up here. If you want to take a temporary mental break though, this video down here is the one for you. I'll leave them on screen for a few seconds so you can choose which one to watch next, but while you're deciding, consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that bell so you'll be notified the moment new videos just like this one drop.